morning, everybody. Here we are live again on, different platforms this goes out on. I guess YouTube primarily, YouTube at Urfspace. Also Facebook, Instagram. Well, no, not Instagram yet, but maybe soon. Twitch, Twitter. I think those are the major platforms, and we are Urfspace Live. Welcome. Good morning. It's Saturday morning. I'm not usually very awake on Saturday mornings, but for some reason I'm still doing this show every week, every Saturday. Thanks for tuning in. Follow along. We're going to do some painting and drawing. Have a look at some upcoming events. Who am I? I'm Chuck Whelan. This is Urfspace Live. Urfspace is my cartoon comic single panel cartoon comic. You can look at urfspace.com or follow me at Urfspace on Instagram. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Dale Cipperley. There he is. Dale Cipperley is an art supply connoisseur. Now, in recent shows, Dale's been coaching me in the art of art battling. I learned a lot, and I went along to Art Battle this week to try and get my name on the roster. And I put my name in the hat, and I got there early. My name was the only name in the tin. But when it came to time to drawing names out of the tin, they pulled out some guy who I think was just there on a date or something. Because he looked like very nonplussed. And he got up on stage, and he very, very gamely drew a toilet with a golden seat, seemed to be. It was a little hard to tell, but that's what it looked like. And at that point, I got a bit annoyed. God damn it. I could take all these people. I don't know if I could. There was some good talent on the stage there, but I was like, so I went around. I was like, "Who do I talk to? Who do I talk to?" I asked some of the artists. The other artists just said they'd put in the application. I asked at the front desk. Eventually, I got to the right people, and the lady at the front desk, young woman, she helped me out and pointed me to the organizer. So yes, they said, "Oh well, we're always looking for artists," and they took my card and they said, "Oh yeah, we saw you put an application in." And they said they would hopefully it should have a slot for me in July. Fingers crossed. So maybe we'll pick up art battle training closer to that, because I did a little warm up before. I can show you like on the day. When I did this one behind me here, that was very quick. We have art cam. So I add art cam and extra camera. That's my tabletop. I don't want that one, but now I want. Oh, I don't see it though. I know that. Is that it? Okay. Well, that's the wrong one. Why do I not see this one? Looks like it's all plugged in. Let's have another look. Technical difficulties. Unfortunately, HD webcam. Okay, that's the one on my computer. Well, no. All right. Okay. Well, for some reason, art camera doesn't really seem to be working today. But anyway, you can see it behind me. That was done very, very quickly from a printed out piece of reference. That wasn't even. I mean, I was sort of doing these super loose ones. I did some small ones.
Are these all within 20 minutes?
All right. Everything's falling down today.
Are these all in 20 minutes?
Actually, much less than 20 minutes.
Good.
I just finished them early because I knew where I was going, and I sort of didn't want to waste energy on finishing them up. All right, let's have table cam on. How do I do that? This. So, well, look. So I did one of. Oh, hello. What did I do here? Oh, I was drawing. I was trying to do some recordings there. Yeah, okay. Right, that's mirrored.
Now, is the figure from reference?
Yes, so this is from a printed reference.
Okay.
So I did that, and I was like, okay, this is good. I didn't even want to paint it. I was like, oh, well, this was actually the last one that I did. Let me see. Where's the others? I can do them in order. Here's the first one that I did.
Okay.
So again, from a printed reference, and this one I was like, okay, I'm just going to try and be as like nervous and unprepared, and like just like really try and visualize as everyone's standing around me. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. My hands like, you know, I can barely move. Okay. And I thought I was quite happy with the result. And this was even actually also super quick. This was only about sort of 13 minutes or something, or maybe even not less. I don't know. I think actually I did it. I'll tell you what. Oh no, actually no, I did. I did the drawing in like 4 minutes, and then I thought, well, I have plenty of time, and I didn't even spend that much time. Then I just did a layer wash. I thought, well, yeah, I could easily have slowed down on the drawing. I could easily have, spend more time on the wash.
Well, let me ask a question.
Yes.
You have a developed cartoon style.
Yes.
And you've done cartoon pinups with the Urfspace Girls book. Now, you're working from realistic reference. Are you trying to be more realistic? Are you trying to be more cartoon, or somewhere in the middle?
For this one, I was trying to put myself in a situation where I felt like I just wanted to stand there and scream on the stage for 20 minutes. And I thought, anything I do is going to be better than that.
Okay.
So I don't know. Yes. So for this one, I just tried to, I'm trying to sort of shoot somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
It's sort of somewhere because I think that's sort of where it is. Anyway, so I was quite happy with that one. I thought, okay, I'll do another one. Then I did this one. I thought, okay, am I going to do I don't want all my suppose I do a second one, whatever. I'd like to do something a little more, diversity. So I did again, and this was similar technique. Like what's like the absolute, I'm only working on a little canvas with a little pen, but I'm sort of holding my pen like that, and I'm just,
Okay. And you did
not working too hard at all. Just
you did these before the show.
Yes.
Okay, you didn't do these at the show.
No, these were, I didn't get my name pulled at the show.
Well, no, I mean, I didn't, you could have probably sat down at a table somewhere and whipped these out.
Well, I don't know.
See, that's the thing, Dale. There was literally one booth and one bench. There's no seating.
Oh.
Yes, you're right, Dale. I mean, I suppose if I was like a super cocky, I could just sort of sit there at the side and sort of start doing my own.
I think you should. I think you should win the art battle by cheating.
Yeah, I guess that's. Well, I'm more polite. I didn't want to do that. I want to respect the artists that were up there on the stage. But some of them I'd seen, then they were up there before, so I think they're all ready for fresh blood.
So you want to respect the artists that you have said that you're dying to crush.
Did I say that?
Well, what do you think you've been practicing to do the last few weeks?
No, it's just to have a bit of fun. I mean, I'm not really thinking about, I mean, it's a challenge for myself to do
this. This has nothing to do with fun.
I mean, the quality of these art, I don't know. I've got some of these pieces that I finished up. They're now hanging in a gallery.
Okay.
In North Beach in San Francisco at the Live Worms Gallery on Grant Avenue there. Or Grant Street. Is it Grant? It must be Grant Street. And that is... to be seen. There are some different styles. There are ones I've done on the different shows here, and there are ones that I finished up further. But a couple of them are quite not finished. Sort of as they were done in 20 minutes. And one of them, I'm like, what the hell? I don't even know why I'm putting this in here. But Tina really likes it, so I put it in. Tina encourages me a lot. If you're wondering why I do all these things, it's largely because Tina's like, oh yeah, I really like this. So anyway, so that was that. And then I thought, well, I did another one, which was a more complicated. I thought, well, this is probably too small for this canvas. And it was.
I like the line work on that one. The question is, how would you apply color to it? Would you use a brush or would you use a marker?
Well, I just felt with this one, okay, this one didn't really go. I'm like, okay, I'm doing too much. I don't want to get too far. I don't want to, do yes. I sort of I really like this pose. I thought, well, maybe that would be one to work on a bigger canvas for something where I wanted to get a more good result, I think. So I sort of just left this one at this for now.
Okay.
And then I did that one there, and then I thought, well, now I've really got to get on and do a big one before I'm done.
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
So there seems to be multiple goals here, where one of them is you want to take part in the art battle, and the other one is that you want to have these canvases, which you've ended up having a show in the Live Worms Gallery. Now, I'm looking at those sketches that you did on the canvas without any color.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really need color for those? You might need it to win the art battle, but for yourself, for your own personal work, is the black and white on canvas enough to have in a gallery show?
That's a good question. But since you're talking about black and white, I'll bring up some of my black and white pieces over here. Everything I think I've put into the show has some color in. I did have a piece that was all just black and white in marker, but I decided left that one out and just put more colorful pieces in. Although some of them are fairly, minimal color. All right.
Okay, try not to flash your gut on the show.
Yeah.
Turn off viewers, all three of them. Oh, I saw that the gorge that you did.
Gourd. Follow the gourd.
The gorge. The thing you did for Goodman Games. You were it was at the Draw and Chill.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes. So yes, I was going to show that. Yes. So I worked on that after Draw and Chill finished. We were at Draw and Chill, so I worked on this one kind of way too hard. But I do that a lot often with these pieces. So let's see. Well, I don't know if you've seen all these, but all right. So let's see. What did I do? All right. So
yeah,
here's
that's
that
one you were working
I'm going to
on.
have to pull them out of the sleeves, I think, because it's too reflecty.
Yeah, that was brush on watercolor paper.
Yes, and I guess just because actually it turned out I was going to do it on Bristol board, but I didn't seem to have any Bristol board large enough, I guess, and I've been using this watercolor and inking on the watercolor paper. And actually, I quite enjoy inking on the watercolor paper, and then it gives me the option when I'm finished I want to add a wash, and I do like the washes, and I mean this might even still could improve with a wash.
No,
but I really wanted to try and do it just in black and white ink. So
No.
sometimes I just want to go very black and white because that's a lot of that art. People seem to like that. Yeah.
Don't put a wash on this one. I think it pops as it is. Now, did you use a dip pen for the building and the people and the tents? I can't remember.
Yes. I mean, you saw me on the Draw and Chill show drawing this. So I largely use a dip pen, which gives it more randomness. I mean, it's still... it's a somewhat harder thing to control than the other pen, but it gives a nicer effect. So you just have to sort of go with it. And then I use I still use the Faber-Castell Pitt pen a little bit right at the end for touch-ups and stuff like that, because there's nothing, you can't really beat the detail that you can get with that. Yeah.
But I like that a lot.
Yeah, and this is for Dying Earth. I did some of the other pieces I did for Dying Earth were very much in sort of stark black and white. So, yeah, I just had some more. But then I realized, like, oh my God, what have I done? Trying to ink this smoke coming out.
Well, you could just get some white out and go in.
Well, that's what I did. I played around with the sort of ink and white out until I got it where I wanted. At one point, it sort of almost had it more like a magical hand, but that was a little too much because that's not really part of the thing. But I wanted something so it was sort of a little bit mysterious, and I had this sort of wall of black. And I don't know, maybe some of that I should have figured out more in the penciling and like this here, like the stuff on the river. I sort of knew how it was going to go, but
yeah, you kind of jumped in on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to do that. So it's often a bit difficult, and then almost like, I mean, but then sometimes I'm like, okay, I'll just abandon it and start it again. But at some point, you sort of get lost in you know, and I was just practicing different things up in the top there, and you know, I mean, yeah.
How many hours did that one take from blank paper to finish?
Yeah. So, you know, because the sketch I did pretty quickly.
Yeah, I know.
The sketch was quite loose. Do I still have that around? Oh, actually, I do. Because I have I accidentally printed it out. Normally, I sort of print it out in red. Probably it's not dark enough. It's too light. Can you even see? No, you can't even see it. It's too light. You know, so a lot of the sort of like when you're inking, it brings in a lot of detail. You're required to put in detail for me that I haven't put in the sketch. But you know, I sort of like that improvisational. Like, you know, just sort of see how it happens. Like a Chinese landscape, they'll often use a sort of big wash or something to sort of define it and then ink out on top of it and all that. I'm quite fond of Chinese landscapes. And yeah, Dying Earth's got a certain sort of feel to it that I love. You can be very sort of mystical with Dying Earth.
Well, I like it. You do wonderful wash work, but sometimes the impact from just black and white really makes something pop.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I did it more before, and I've sort of left it a bit, and now I'm sort of thinking about coming back to it. I mean, yeah, you're probably okay. Well, there's a couple here. This one I could probably have put.
Is there any way you can pull the camera back just a little bit?
Well, it's a little hard, but it starts off at the top. Okay. Well, there's a trapdoor in the floor, and there's a 10-foot ceiling block that falls on you. So you go on the trapdoor opens, and you fall through 40 feet, and you land on a floor which is covered in oil, like a thin layer of oil or a few inches of oil, and then the ceiling block falls on top of you.
Okay.
Then this trapdoor opens and you fall down. You get like ignited gas comes out and sets you on fire on the oil.
Yeah.
That's 60 foot. And then the block falls on you. And the door opens again. You fall down, and now another 80 feet onto spikes. The block falls on top of you. Opens again. 100 feet into acid this time.
Oh, that's...
Those ones open, you fall a final 120 feet to the bottom, and then two doors sort of slam down and slam on top of you to flatten you.
You know,
and then the block falls on top of them.
You know, that's obviously padding a contract, and the first stage would have taken somebody out. You don't really need all of those.
Yes, no. Well, this is for the Goodman Gazette. So these are a couple of bonus traps, I think, that are going to go in the Goodman Gazette, which they put out in the summer for the sort of conventions and everything.
Did you actually work out the perspective on that? Or
yes, I worked out. So first of all, I drew it straight.
Yeah. And
then I skewed it in the computer.
Oh, okay.
No, because you know that's something that computer's quite good for. Like, so I often use the computer in the maps after initial sort of concept stage.
Yep.
Then I like skew grids in the computer.
Yeah.
And do stuff like that you know would be very difficult to do like mathematically, but you know that way it's accurate. So actually, you know, so the 10 foot there becomes the 10 foot down here. It's a little bit, but also okay. After I've done that though, I then undo it a bit.
Okay.
So that it's maybe not quite as perfect as the computer might have made it. You know, so there's a little more room for the flexibility within that.
Yeah, I mean your style, because it's a cartoon style, you expect errors. You don't expect perfection.
Yes,
Michael.
You know, but and then I'm inking it with also a tool that sort of produces more errors. You know, there's sort of more precise or less precise sort of ways of doing it. But I'm trying to be quite precise.
I spoke with Michael Whalen, the book cover illustrator, years and years ago, and he told me something important about perspective, which is perspective doesn't have to be correct. It just has to look correct.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, depends on the result you want. Yes, and I remember Jesse Ham, the late Jesse Ham, doing a really interesting article about how what Mobius did with perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Mobius sort of cheats his perspective quite a lot.
But it looks right.
But yes, it looks right, and maybe you're on a smaller planet or something. I don't know how that works. All right, this is the last one I did. Have we got room for this? What if we swap things around a bit?
Put it in the big screen.
Or maybe like that. There we go. All right, so this is another fun trap. This is really annoying because I set to record it and I messed up. I started the virtual camera, not the recording. Because I actually fucking spent a lot of trouble.
Language.
Oh, yeah, sorry. FCC violation. I actually spent a lot of trouble drawing it in order. So I drew all this, I didn't really sort of define too much here. So you went down, went up the steps, put the holes in, put the wall in, put the plate in here that you tread on. Yeah. And this oil tank. So you trigger there, that starts oil leaking out of these holes, making them slippery.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do is that you sort of so treading on here also unlocks a trapdoor. So once you tread on here, that unlocks this trapdoor, which is 40-foot fall onto spikes. So the oil comes up. So the stairs get all slippery. Then there's another trigger here. When you tread on that one, it releases magical laughing gas that starts everybody falling. So they start falling down the stairs and into the hole into the pit. And then if they get to the top of the stairs, they open the door opens inwards. And then the bottom reservoir of oil is connected to, there's like a sort of, Zippo lighter thing going on here or something. And flame bursts out and they fall and they get blown back by a hot jet of flaming oil.
Okay.
That pushes them.
And then at the bottom, the trapdoor releases the spikes.
Yes. So he goes through the trapdoor and then boom. Yeah. But this trapdoor was locked until they open it by treading on the first step. So there's ways to avoid each bit, but
okay. And you used orthographic perspective grid to do this one.
Yes. So this was basically a standard isometric grid.
Okay.
But again, before I go to the grid, I sketch it out just loosely, like what's going where, blah blah blah. So then I sort of figure it out, and then then I use the grid. Set the grid on the computer, figure it out on the page. What size am I doing? Again, this is another one for the Gazette. So there are 2 traps for the Gazette. The art director's got some options about how he wants to lay it out.
Okay. We actually have a viewer this morning. Hey, Bruce. Bruce Rayburn has said, "Good morning, guys."
Hiya, Bruce. Bruce was with me this week, so we had a fun week this week. Various activities. So on Monday, we went to KXSF Radio for Planet Earth Day. Oh, producer, is he still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Do we have a video of that?
Oh, yes.
Like a local video? Can you do a local video?
I think so. Oh, wait.
All right, I'm going to do some drawing. Actually, well, yeah. While you sort that out, I'm going to. All right. So I thought I was doing some good drawings before in this style, and somebody just said they like one of those, and Fionn the Ferret Furrier I did. She came out quite good. Did I show you all these? I think I've shown these before. These ones. Okay, I'll put these away.
I'm pulling it up. 1 sec.
All right. Well, we don't need it right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start on a drawing, and while I'm playing, I'm going to start sketching something out here on my drawing board. How long is it?
Oh wait, I see. The file did get messed up. I think I have to re-export it in Premiere. Remember you were saying?
Oh, I like the spinning galaxy background.
Well, I think we ought to say hello to Tina. Tina's joined us, saying, "Hey, everybody."
All right. Well, why don't you do some drawing, and I'll figure that out.
Yes.
Oh, Chuck, while you're setting that up, Remember when we were at the San Francisco Zine Fest and we met Joe? I think it's Sikoriak.
Oh yes. When we were Trekkies, author
Yeah,
when we were Trekkies, a very fun comic, autobiographical comic about his life as one of the original Trekkies, someone who, as a young high school kid, would go to the original Star Trek conventions and things. Yes, that's a very fun series.
He's going to be at the Cartoon Art Museum Saturday, June 8th.
Oh.
And I'm trying to find the time again. Because I've been bugging, I think I've been talking to Andrew. June 8th, I think that's a Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. He'll be at the signing table. So I might go up there to bug him.
Yes. Okay, let me just have a look at the old calendar here. Well, oh yeah, okay, so yes, all right, so there'll be a closing reception. I don't know if that's on the Saturday or the Sunday for the art gallery show, but yeah, I'll come to that. That sounds good.
Yeah, and the same weekend, I think 8th and 9th down in San Jose is the Super Toy Show at the fairgrounds. So,
okay.
So
I don't know anything about that.
I may have to do the Super Toy Show on Sunday, but I'll miss out on all the good toys.
Do they have comic exhibitors there?
They have comic dealers, and once in a while, someone will have a table selling stuff. But I don't think that's really the venue for it.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a venue for somewhere for me to show.
Because
I'm trying to sign up for more shows right now. If anybody knows any shows in the Bay Area that I should be signing up for,
I bet money that the Super Toy Show, all the tables are sold by now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, but for next year and whatever. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the shows even are at this point.
Well.
Yeah, we can talk about this off the air. I've got a list of a few. I'm on for a few, and yeah, there's some other ones. Yeah, we should talk about that. Yeah.
Well, you're going to definitely do the Zine Fest.
Yeah. Oh, Zine Fest. Oh, yes. Am I supposed to be doing an application for that?
I don't know.
Probably. Okay, I've got to look into all this stuff. Sorry, I've been running around getting ready for this art exhibit.
But are you starting to look at the game cons? Because we talked about that. Because of your Goodman Games stuff. What are the local game conventions? Isn't there Kubla Khan?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Not listening to me at all.
Well, let's talk about this off the air because there's lots of shows and I'm not really aware of what they are and when they are.
Okay. Bruce is replying to Tina, saying good morning, Tina Whelan.
All right. So I thought I'd go back to doing some of those things that I was doing before with Goodman Games. Fantasy art live stream reference. All right. All right. Okay. Right. Well, excuse me. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Do we have a video? Do we have that video ready?
Talk amongst ourselves. It's only me.
Well, we went to the radio on Monday with Star World and Supersonic Symbiotic and Amy Carr and Chris Porrow and DJ Dynamat, who's also on the album. You know, he played songs off the album. He played their band songs, played new songs, talked to members of the band at bands and all this. Talked to me. It all went very well. Unfortunately, there seems to be no recording of it because he says his hard drive's busted. So that's a bit of a shame. So yeah, with these radio things, you got to catch it or you missed it. But we were all there, and I think we got some footage of everybody together. And Sam was making a little video of that. So,
all right, I have the video.
All right, so let's have a look at that.
This place. We have more dead air than a funeral home.
Yeah.
And I can't hear you.
But you can't hear it?
No. I tell you, you're probably going to have to upload it into the saved videos.
That's weird. There should be audio.
Hmm.
Can you hear it now?
Nope.
No.
His lips moving.
They literally said there should be audio, so that has to be on your end.
Well, where is it? Production. Where are you doing it? Let's look at the audio settings. I can't do it.
Okay, well, then I guess you can't share audio.
Well, maybe you have to upload it into the videos. Do you know how to
SF Radio?
Here we go.
In San Francisco. Hey everybody, here we are. This is Planet Earth Live. Well, it's live, but we're here live at SF Radio in San Francisco, down in the Bayshore district. So I'm going to do a little pan around, show them where we are. You wouldn't know there was a radio station here, but here it is. It's KXSF 102.5, broadcasting live on Planet Earth Day. So I'm down here with some of the musicians and artists from the future sounds of Urfspace. CD, my good buddy Chris Borrow here. We're two of the tracks on the album. He's going to be launching, hopefully, the radio edit of Raw Dog.
First ever.
So that's just a nice song about a girl who likes her dog.
That's right. Without rapping on it. That's what it's about. Chuck is right. And this will be a world premiere. Never before done. Radio
yes,
edit.
so radio edit, we're going to have Charm World, Supersonic Symbiotic, and Amy Clark.
All right. Thank you.
Wow, that's a real radio station. Didn't know any were left.
Well, it went quite well. Yeah, I'm sorry there's no recording of it. Oh well. Everyone was there. Thanks for getting that footage, Sam. I'm glad you were there and able to do that. That was nice. Yeah. Anyway, you can listen to the songs from the Future Sounds of Urfspace. Go to urfspace.com/earthmusic. Look for the Future Sounds of Urfspace, or on your streaming service, Pandora, Spotify, YouTube Music. If you're on YouTube, you can see like musical videos. Like I've done like art videos with some of the songs. There's some more I should do videos for. Yeah, fantastic bands. The Seagulls weren't there, and the Angry Toons weren't there. They're both out on tour. You know, there's some happening bands. Seagulls just opened for the Buzzcocks
Where? What venue?
at the Great American Music Hall.
Wow. I've actually heard of that place.
Yeah.
It's a real band.
That's all happening. All right. I've got a model that I'm going to draw here. I was going to do a little underdrawing with my pencil, but I can't find my pencils. I thought I brought them in here. I'm very confused. They're in my pencil case. My pens are here. I think I need to do a little pencil-y bit.
Why don't you put the drawing in the large space on the screen?
Yeah, I will tape it into that space. Let me just quickly tell us something interesting, Dale, while I go. Okay. Oh, there's another thing that happened this week I haven't told you about as well.
Okay, what is that, Chuck?
Hang on.
You know, you could put your art supplies in like a little wheelie cabinet that you wheel from room to room.
I literally had my pencil case this morning.
Okay.
I brought it over here. I'm just going to go back and look for it. Okay,
kids. One of the tricks to being an artist is having all your art supplies in one place ready to use when you want to make art. Scattering your art supplies all over the garage is not a good thing to do. Know where your art supplies are.
Right.
The art supply stores want you to lose your art supplies so you buy more.
Well, the thing is, my dad has messed himself up because he's basically created 2 art stations for himself. So now he basically needs 2 of everything if he wants to not have to do this. Because he has his one in his garage right here, and he has his one in his studio. So it's pretty hard for him to.
Art supply store, Sam. He needs more art supplies.
He does. He needs 2 of everything.
Got buried under art.
You need 2 separate studios if you're going to do this, Chuck. No more of this going off camera looking for art supplies.
Well, I brought it in. I buried it under the art supplies, the art that we was looking at earlier. I put it on top of the pencil case, which is why I couldn't.
Sam, take him to Dick Blick.
I did have it. It's just it got buried.
Take him to Dick Blick or Flax, or drive down to California Art Supply in San Mateo. Get more art supplies.
He doesn't need me to do that.
Yes, he does. He won't do it otherwise.
I mean, that might be true, but
I've got plenty of art supplies.
No, you don't.
Well, we were just talking about how you've set yourself up with 2 sort of art stations, which means you kind of need 2 of everything unless you want to go back and forth all the time.
Well, no, it's just I do different things at different different tables. But yeah, okay.
Okay, they get a rolling table that allows you to move the whole table with all your art supplies from one station to another.
Well, he has one, but there's like a ledge.
Well,
There's a ledge in between the garage and his studio, so it's not very simple to
this is the broadcast studio, but sometimes it's a nice day and I want to sit in the front room and look out.
Okay. People who work in art supply stores need to eat. Go buy some art supplies. And take your kid to lunch. And your wife, too. Take them out to lunch today. Have a nice lunch while I'm here eating SpaghettiOs.
Well, are you not going out for lunch? I thought you usually go out for lunch.
Actually, I'm gonna go to. No, I remember what I've got to do today. I've got to go buy duck.
You're going to buy a duck?
I found a place that sells duck.
As in, will you come around for? I'd like to invite you over for a duck dinner. You bring the ducks.
Hey, duck is no joke. People don't eat enough duck. I used to know a good place in Palo Alto, which was called the Peking Duck, and sadly it's closed. You could get Peking duck there, and also jellyfish, which I don't like.
You don't like jellyfish? No.
No,
Jellyfish are very unpopular, for considering that they've been around for so long. They're exceedingly unpopular with everybody.
As appetizers go, I am not fond of jellyfish. My friend had us order it. We went for Peking duck, and he saw jellyfish was on the menu, so he made us try it. I wasn't impressed.
Does anything impress you, Dale?
Sergio Aragonés.
Well, okay, I was going to say besides Sergio Aragonés.
Jenny
and
Agutter.
The films of John Boorman.
Zardoz.
Yeah, that falls under the category of the films of John Boorman.
But yeah, there's a place in San Jose off Hamilton called Frenchery, which
Frenchery?
It supplies French food to the local farmers markets in the South Bay. And I think they also, if you go to their website, if you order over $80, they'll do a delivery. But I don't know if I'm going to buy $80 worth of French food today. But I want some duck.
How much French food do you normally buy in a day?
Are we including French toast and French fries?
I suppose so.
If we're counting French fries, I buy a lot.
All right, so you eat a lot of French fries, you're saying?
Ooh, speaking of French food, I had a really good French dip sandwich yesterday. I'm thinking that's actually
where?
French. At Momo's, American Bar and Grill near Oracle Park.
Oh, I love a good French dip.
Yeah, it was very, very good. Yesterday was my girlfriend Kiara's graduation.
Oh, that's cool.
Congratulations, yeah. Kiara.
What'd she graduate from?
San Francisco State, child development major.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that a AA or a BA or a BS?
BA. Yeah. She went to City College for 2 years and then transferred there. And yeah, she did everything on time.
Is she gonna go do a master's or?
She wants to. She didn't set that up immediately, so she's gonna work for this year and then apply somewhere for her master's for the next year. But yeah,
most of the people I know who go into ed, they usually end up getting a master's.
Yeah,
I know someone now, my niece, my quasi niece, who's going after her doctorate.
Oh wow, cool. Well,
yeah. Well, she actually has her own business now. She has a stable of therapists.
Okay.
It's kind of like being a madame in a brothel.
A quasi niece? Is that a quasi mojo?
If she hears what I just said, she's going to kick my ass. But that's cool. So you took your girlfriend out to lunch?
Well, it was her whole family came to her
cool.
graduation. So it was a big family thing. It was her grandparents and her cousin and both of her parents. So we were all there.
Oh wow! You went to the whole cap and gown thing?
Yeah. It was a whole thing. It was at Oracle Park, like I said, and it was a very long process. They had 7,000 graduates that year.
Oh yes! When I graduated from San Jose State, they had us do it in the stadium, and we're in those robes, which were absorbing all the sun, so we're all sweating like pigs.
Yeah, well, yesterday was the opposite because it started around 5. The commencement process started at 5:30, and it ended at 9:30. and it was very cold out by the bay. So heat was not the issue. It was everybody was like cold and like standing inside looking through the windows.
Now, did she actually get her degree, or did she get an empty degree case and they said they'll mail her the degree?
I forget. Her cousin was there who graduated last year, and he said when he got his, it was empty.
Yeah, they usually give you an empty one.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a letdown because you're there for the sheepskin.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't do them on human skin in this country?
No, they do that in England. They like flay somebody.
No, I was just watching a book. A show yesterday on YouTube was showing me about antiquarian book dealers.
Yeah.
Not most of them don't like to deal in books bound in human skin, but there are a couple such books, and some of them do deal in it.
Well, I haven't been to it in years, but San Francisco used to have an antiquarian book show, and Sabrina and I went, and it was mind-blowing because it wasn't just old, expensive books, but some of the dealers would deal in illustrations, original art. So I would see original stuff by Dr. Seuss, by Quentin Blake, even some stuff by Vaughn Baudet.
The great Vaughn Baudet. I don't suppose young people know who he is.
S. Clay Wilson, rest in peace. Amber's here. Hi, I'm late. Was at the gym. Hey, Amber.
Well done, Amber. That's setting a good example to all of us. Going to the gym. Well, I'm trying to be a bit better about my exercises lately.
I'm not.
You've got to do them every day. All right. So I've drawn.
So you've underdrawn this in red color erase pencil.
Yes. And now I'm going to just come in with my brush, I think. I've just done the very light underdrawing. This is what I did when I did Fionn the Ferret Furrier some weeks ago, earlier this year, I think she was, before I went.
And this is on on hot press watercolor paper?
It is cold press watercolor paper.
Really?
Well, it's the brown covered one. Well, I've taped it down now so you can't see the cover. The Strathmore 400 series.
Okay.
And it said yes, because you asked me about this, and I looked, and it says no. It says it's a hot cold press, but it's not a super cold press. It's like I'd say it's like a sort of lukewarm press or something.
Amber is asking, we're not speed painting this morning. No, we're not. It was thought for Chuck to take a break.
That was last season, Amber. This is this season. No, no. Well, as I explained, I went to Art Battle this week. I didn't get my name pulled out of the hat, which then proceeded to annoy me because the person who didn't get pulled out of the hat seemed to be just there as a sort of random dare on a date or something, and painted a toilet with a golden seat, which I got very annoyed about. Of course, Chris thought that was his favourite painting. Probably reminds me of Elon Musk or something. I don't know, but maybe it was a Tesla toilet. Anyway, I got a bit. I was like, okay, I've got to see who's in charge around here. So I went, and I think I got myself on the list for hopefully for July. Unless I manage to get myself cancelled between now and then. If I'm not doing it myself, Chris is doing a good job of it for me. Maybe he's just pushing the Overton window out for me, so what I say doesn't look so bad.
No, Amber's asking, so you're bitter about Art Battle. Got it.
No, I'm not bitter about it. No, I'm I mean I was a bit bitter for a moment, but I went out, I found who I was supposed to speak to, and
Chuck has me to be bitter.
I found who I was supposed to speak to, and I think so. I'm up for it next time. So I wanted to go back to a bit what I was doing before because I slightly forgot, and I didn't want to forget that I was doing these sort of light drawings, and I'd sort of got to a place where if I found the right model, I did a bit of under drawing. I got quite a good result. So let's see how we go with this one.
You see, Amber, I
Everything about
think
the
that
background,
Chuck
yeah.
needs a break from the speed paintings to think about what he actually wants to do. Because once the art battle is over, he's going to, what do you do with what you've learned by doing it?
Well, I mean, I'll probably be touring the world for a few years doing different art battles, but
Yeah, sure. Okay, right. Is that a Series 7 Red Sable?
you know what? No, it's number 2 Vermeer Utrecht Kalinsky Red Sable.
It's a Kalinsky. Okay. It's Utrecht.
Yeah, it looks like it's been somewhat abused over the years.
Amber's reminding us of her show Philo, which is on Fridays at 6.
We love Philo.
I'm very sorry I forgot, Amber. I was having dinner with my folks. I should have shown up, and I'm sorry I didn't. I'm a bad friend. Saturdays. Wait, it's tonight? Did I screw up and forget that Philo's tonight? I'm an idiot. All right, everyone. Tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Join Amber and her friend Robin on Philo, where they draw their comic strip live while you give them suggestions.
And there's a cat cam sometimes.
Oh, and there's the cat cam. Maybe
Is there always
see
a cat cam,
Marky
or is sometimes a cat cam?
Well, I go for the cat cam. She had me draw on a couple episodes. It is surprisingly difficult.
It's surprisingly difficult to draw.
Surprisingly difficult to draw as fast as Amber wanted me to. But she's done it a long time, so she has the tricks. She's very economical on deciding if a panel needs to be a close-up or a close-up with very sparse background versus an establishing shot with a lot of background to establish the location. She's very smart that way. Of course, I'd never say that aloud. Is that Higgins?
No, you just everything you just said was just in your head now.
It was.
Yeah, it was lulling me to sleep anyway. I don't know. Whenever you talk, I just go off into nice little days.
Hey, are you inking in your sleep?
Somewhat. I was like, I just sort of tune out and listen to the radio. It's like I somewhat need. It's good for me to go into a little far away place a bit.
Yeah, it's really nice that the reason I'm on this show is so that you just have me in the background for your subconscious.
Yeah.
It makes me feel really good.
Yeah, that's good. Your message is filtering in.
Yeah. Yeah, you've put me on wife filter.
Yeah. You're my cartoon wife.
Oh God, don't say that. Well, if I was, I'd be dragging your ass to the art supply store.
My wife's very nice. She makes me a cup of coffee in the morning.
Yeah. Make your own damn coffee. Actually, you shouldn't be drinking that. It's going to make your line jitter.
Well, my good friend, cartoonist Jonathan Lemon, he is of the opinion that caffeine is just as bad as all the other drugs.
It is.
So that's good. So you can just have a bit of caffeine and that's all you need.
Well, most of the U.S. is on the cycle of you drink caffeine to be amped up during the day, and then at the end of the day, you switch to alcohol to de-amp. Amber's reminding us, Tina's awesome, and you know it.
I do know it, yeah. Oh, yeah, thank you, Amber, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a lovely girl, and everywhere I go, everyone's like, "Oh, that wife of yours is pretty good, Charlie." I'm like, "Well,
I like her. She hasn't kicked me out of the house yet.
yeah,
Although I
She
know
hasn't,
it's
she hasn't stopped
coming.
me drawing comics either, which is the main quality I look for."
Now, is that Higgins Black Magic?
Yes.
Okay. How long does that take to dry before you put a wash over it? Do you have to hit it with a hair dryer?
Not really. No. Yeah, no. You can get on with it pretty quick, really, with this stuff. Now, again, I don't know if this is good inking practice or bad inking practice, really, but I like just sort of kind of drawing with it a bit as opposed to having it very well worked out underneath. But others, I mean, I think, like in comic books, the penciler has to do a pretty tight job.
Amber's going to take off now. She's going to check back later. I'm just going to say, you're a
Yeah.
coward, Amber. Stay.
No, go take a shower and come back.
Think she's all sweaty.
Take a shower. Yeah, and we'll
Oh, and
we'll
have
remind everyone to watch Philo later, which is really, well,
I enjoy Philo.
I enjoy it. Yeah, I keep wanting to call it our sister show, but I haven't really confirmed with Amber. But all right, she's
Well, it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch Amber draw. I mean, it's always educational for me to do that. But Robin is very knowledgeable about comics, so
yeah.
usually is turning me on to new artists. So I like listening to Robin a lot.
Yeah, they're both great. All right. So what was the other news? Oh, yeah. So the other news that happened this week is that, do you remember the live drawing I did around Christmas time of Astrokitty and Space Jen and Henrietta Queen?
I think I remember that. We did that on the show. You did that on the show.
Yes, I did that on the show. It was a sort of forerunner to this drawing, just around Christmas time. I did them as, with a punk rock look. They're the characters in our cartoon band, the Urfspace cartoon band, which is called Astrokitty and the Urfspace 5. And I used for reference this South Korean K-pop band called the Rumkicks. Well, they're sort of, I think they were like a K-pop band at one point, but then they sort of reinvented themselves as like a punk rock band.
Okay.
So they're these 3 Korean punk rock girls. And I thought they make good models to draw for Christmas cards.
Where is this going?
Well, I started following them on Instagram, and this week I saw that they were on their US tour.
Yeah.
And they were playing at the Stay Gold Deli in Oakland.
Oh, okay.
So that's where it was going. We went to the Stay Gold Deli in Oakland to see the Rumkicks.
Oh, how were they?
Well, okay. First of all, it was like they were there right away, and they looked just like on their Instagram.
Okay.
They have quite a big Instagram following, but there wasn't a whole lot of people there, and it was actually a very serious sort of punk rock show. There were a lot of like real punk rockers there.
Okay. Did you wear your punk rock pants?
I was no, I was a little more low key, but I was a bit punk rocky.
Okay.
I wasn't wearing those pants. There was somebody there wearing pants like that though, so if I had been, I wouldn't be the only one.
By the way, the inking is quite good.
Oh well, thank you.
You're on this morning.
Anyway, yes, so they all played. It was sort of very loud and noisy. And then there were some people I knew there from the Fallout Gallery. Fariko. Sorry.
We have a new viewer, Rhino Picasso.
Oh, Rhino. Hello, Rhino.
And he's saying, good morning from Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Wow. I wish I was in Santa Monica.
Yeah, Rhino, well, he's a friend from San Francisco. I met him at Dr. Sketchy's.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a top guy. Well, he used to go around San Francisco with a big rhino horn on his helmet. He had a 49ers helmet with a big rhino horn.
Rhino,
we met drawing at Dr. Sketchy's.
Just to catch you up, Rhino, Chuck loosely sketched out from using photo reference a figure in a red color erase pencil. You can barely see it. And now he's using a Utrecht Kolinsky Red Sable #2 brush.
Oh, shoot.
Which he just dropped.
My fingers are going to sleep a bit because I haven't done this.
And he's using Higgins Black Magic ink. Dude, what the hell happened?
Well, don't worry, that's going to be part of the story.
What the hell just happened?
Well, I was just about to say, I think my fingers are going to sleep a bit. Okay,
then you need to get...
I need to get hydrated.
No, what you need to get is a brush grip, so your fingers aren't falling asleep.
Actually, you know what? I used to have those.
Yeah, and why aren't you using it? Because you don't know where it is, right?
Well, I'm just about training. You know, it's normally it just goes through a little bit and then it will recover again.
Okay. And you should be resting your hand on a sheet of paper between the watercolor paper and your hand, so you don't get hand oils all over it.
Well, that's probably good advice. I don't have a sheet. It's in the other room. I've got some tissue paper here. I can use that.
Okay. You need 2 art setups.
Okay, but I'm just changing myself. I just got all set up for all this speed painting, and now I'm going back to this.
Oh, God damn. Do I have to come up there and drag your ass to the store?
Do you guys see the comment that Rhino left?
Oh, no.
Yes. Continue with the punk rock show. Sorry. And Rhino was letting us know your history. You went to medical school together. Dr. Sketchy's. I never went to a Dr. Sketchy's. I should have.
Well, there were a lot of people. Well, there's some people going along there. I knew Jeff was going along.
Yeah.
And Jeff Plotkin, who draws Rob's comic, Hell on Wheels. Rob being Rob McCarthy, author of The Star and the Space Princess and Other Stories, published by Planet Earth Entertainment. That's one of our top-selling titles at the Earth Store. So visit Urfspace.com to see that and our other products. Our other out of this world products.
You know, Rob's book was actually brought up by Mr. Lobo on Cinema Insomnia.
Oh, fantastic.
I guess he knows Rob.
Yeah, fantastic. Yes, no, Rob actually introduced us as well. And so I've sort of said hello to Cinema Insomnia and Mr. Lobo.
You know, my cat is producing an episode for the show.
Yes, that's fantastic.
Now, when you go to Dr.
Most cats just sit around, like, you know, staring at walls or sleeping all day. Or
no, not
mice, maybe. Or, you know, that's about it, really. Eating.
Hey.
Sitting on people's laps, getting petted.
That's not you.
But your cat's producing a show.
Well, he's been an executive producer a number of times. If you look up the Mighty Huey on the Internet Movie Database, you'll find that he's executive produced a number of Cinema Insomnia episodes. This is the first time, though, he will be executive producing.
So what is the difference between executive producing? That means I always thought executive producers were the ones who had to come up with the money.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, he did. Yeah. Yeah. Uncle Dale will not be getting an iPad because
Right,
of
yeah.
that.
Isn't executive producer, that's just another word for sucker, right? You know this.
Pretty close. Rhino left us the message meow. Also, he says lots of burlesque dancers to draw at Dr. Sketchy's. When they at Dr. Sketchy's, would the burlesque performers hold a pose like you were at a life drawing group?
Yes. So yes, Rhino I think would go more to, they would have the Hubba Hubba review, which I think started up again now. When I'm sure it started up again now, and that happens. I'm not sure, like Monday nights or something at the DNA Lounge, and then some of those, the Dr. Sketchies would hire one of those models or those different models to come, and they would pose, and it would be clothed drawing, and they would pose like as superheroes or Game of Thrones characters or something fun.
I did a lot of life drawing, but it was almost always nude for anatomy. It's good to do costumed figures so that you practice your folds and drapery, but I haven't done it in a long time. I should go up there and do one. Question is, what did most of the people draw with? Did they have like sketchbooks in their laps? Did they set up easels? Were they using iPads and computers?
All of the above. And the other person I met there, of course, was Greg. And I believe Greg McCrary, our friend, is dancing this Sunday in the carnival on Mission Street. Now he told me he'd be wearing, like, I think a sort of a waistcoat and a fedora sort of thing. Like, I don't know, doing a sort of, I don't know what he's doing, like a sort of Michael Jackson thing or something, possibly. Okay. So something like that sort of genre. So yeah, go check him out if you're in the Mission and like going to street festivals.
Rhino says they would pose as their own chosen theme. Creative posing as opposed to straight nude. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how long were the poses? 20 minutes?
Ooh, well, they do a sort of variety of poses. Yeah. We'd be there for a couple of hours, and they would do a whole bunch of poses, and then at the end, the model would sort of pick out their 3 favorites, and those people would get a little goodie bag.
Okay.
And all right, so that's sort of what set me off on this whole road of drawing models, because like a few times, like I got picked, my work got picked, and I was quite excited that
so
my work's being recognised by these beautiful models, and I quite enjoy drawing, doing some actual life drawing, and they're always interesting people, and I just kind of wanted to do more of that.
Oh, I miss it. It's also very zen. You get lost in doing it. Rhino reminds us that a lot of the artists there were modern, so a lot of digital tablets.
Yeah.
And that you and Rhino were pen and paper.
Yeah.
He said 5, 10, and 20-minute poses. And he reminds us that the winners, we get a chicken dinner. I think he was just using the slang. Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah.
I would.
I don't know, but we got a nice bag of goodies. I mean, that's also like I got a bag of markers and things, and apron that I'm using. I got some good art supplies that I'm still using.
Do you know where they all are now?
The art supplies?
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, off the top of my head, they're around.
I was using my iPad for life drawing before the pandemic, and it was It was fun, but I think if I get back to it, I'm just going to go back to a pad and newsprint. I like having to move my shoulder when I draw. All of those tablets are just too small.
Yeah.
Even this 16-inch one that I'm working on, I don't know if it's the best thing for me. And Rhino still has his cool Utrecht bag.
Yeah.
Is Utrecht still... Do they still have stores? Because I thought Dick Blick bought them.
They're still a brand. I'm still getting Utrecht emails and whatnot.
Because I know there used to be a Utrecht store in San Francisco, but I don't know if it's there anymore. And I think there was one in Berkeley as well. I miss the old days in Berkeley where there was like art supply stores everywhere.
Yes. The good old days.
Yes.
When men were men and women were women, and small furry creatures from Alpha Centauri were real small furry creatures from Alpha Centauri.
Well, I'm in San Jose. We have an art supply store called what's the name of the one in San Jose? We had a University Art, and the University Art discovered that they could make more money moving out of their building and leasing it to a motorcycle dealership. And
well, people do like motorcycles, and they cost. You can make more selling a motorcycle than you can off selling a Winsor and Newton brush.
Yeah, but this is
one
like
of those really nice ones.
Yeah, but this is a town full of millionaires and billionaires. You think it would have its own art supply store. So there's some Michaels in San Jose, but there's also a place on Race Street called A Work of Heart. And it's a small shop with art supplies, and they have classes in the back. So if you're in San Jose...
I don't say what you said about millionaires and billionaires. I thought they were actively working to eliminate art.
Oh, yeah, they want to stomp us dead.
Artists to be tamed. Only the ones that they can fund should be allowed to participate.
Rhino is asking me, do I remember Aaron Brothers? You bet I do.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I never worked there. I ended up working for Flax for a little while, and then I worked for Michaels as a framer. Never get anything framed. I spend the money and go to a good framer. The kids working at Michaels would have nail gun fights.
Nice. Nail gun fights.
Rhino says art is to be artificial. That's the order of the day. Yeah, sadly. Whenever I want to go get art supplies now, I got to drive over the hill to Santa Cruz to Lens, or I have to drive up to San Mateo to California Art Supply. Rhino says there is a shortage of frame stores too. Yeah, if you want to frame your own stuff, I've got to drive to Santa Cruz, or I've got to drive to San Mateo to Cheap Pete's.
Now, what I want to know, like, I've got all these sort of piles of like drawing papers and things that I've done, and I want to put them somehow into like books, like bind them into like big books. I guess there's probably some internet video I can find about that.
Yeah, everything's on the internet. You mean bind them, like put them in a portfolio with pages, like the plastic?
No, I mean bind them like the One Ring binds all the lesser rings to it.
Oh, you want to hand bound your own book of your drawings, so you have them in a book form.
One ring to rule them all.
Yeah, you're
What is
not going
it?
to answer
One
my
ring to
question.
find them. One ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them.
Mhm. Yeah, you're not answering my questions.
I'm
Yeah, Rhino.
talking about binding. I want my books bound.
Rhino's a fan of Cheap Pete's. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no. What are you talking about?
Well, Rhino says he used to rely on Cheap Pete's, but they don't have one in Southern California.
Oh, well. They probably have some equivalent, don't they?
Rhino, I think Chuck was just rambling about Lord of the Rings. He's British, so you're required by law to read Tolkien.
Yeah, my sister, like, I was visiting her, and then we were like leaving, like, driving through the village next to where she lived, like, as I was going home or back to coming back here, and she was like, "Oh yeah, they've got a Lord of the Rings room in that pub." And I was like, "What? Why didn't you tell me that sooner?"
Did you go in?
I might want to go and see the Lord. No, I was like, it was too late.
That's cool.
I was like, I wanted to go to the Lord of the Rings room. Apparently, it's like a little area, like you can sit like Aragorn.
Okay.
Well, you can't smoke
considering, hey, stop for a second.
What?
Yeah. About bloody time you start doing that. Don't smear your inks. Yes.
I know. I need a maul stick.
What you need is a bridge.
I'm not using a granny stick.
Yeah, you use a bridge for work like this.
Yeah, no, that's a granny stick.
No, that's not a granny stick. A maul stick is different from a bridge. I wonder if Flax or Dick Blick sell them. I think they do. But you need to invest in a bridge.
Is that like the guy who bought the London Bridge and brought it back to Arizona? You have to invest in a bridge.
You need to get a bridge. Rhino's amused that you missed the Lord of the Rings room.
She lives right near her closest pub's called the Watership Down Inn, so you could really, go to town over
So they have a bunny room?
Well, I don't know. I didn't go there either. Like, no, because her husband doesn't like. He fell out with.
Her husband doesn't like you?
No, he fell out with the pub, the Watership Down Inn.
Oh,
because they wanted to charge him. He likes to bring his own wine, and they wanted to charge him a big corkage fee. Oh no, they wouldn't even let him, and he said he was willing to pay a big corkage fee. They still wouldn't let him do it. They said, "No, we only serve our own wines here." So he took a bit of umbrage at that, and now he won't go in there anymore.
Well, Britain is known for its wines.
I know. He's from around here, so he's.
Oh, so he knows California wines.
Yeah, and expects some sort of service when he goes into them.
Expects something drinkable.
Not being told to get stuff. Which is usually what happens if you are some sort of special service in a British restaurant. They'll tell you to get stuffed.
Actually, no. When my folks took me to Britain as a kid, we were at this restaurant called Wheeler's, and it's a fish place, and we got dessert. And I asked, because I had just discovered Bird's custard, that I get custard on my dessert. I think it was like a piece of cake or something. And the waitress was just amused that I wanted custard. And said, "Oh, you're just like my son." So they brought out my dessert, and it was like swimming in Bird's custard. It was awesome.
Well, okay, fine.
And Rhino called your brother-in-law an aristocrat.
Yeah, he's
I think the term is more likely wine snob, but
yeah, he's a wine snob. He got into that business. I mean, he grew up in the North Bay, like in Benicia kind of area, and
okay.
Well, yeah.
But he's in the wine biz.
Well, he got in the business that like working in a wine place downtown, really. And he said, "Oh, I'm not going to be a wine snob." It took him about 6 months. He was turned into the biggest wine snob I ever met. But
oh, he's not a sommelier, is he? My dad was reading a book a woman wrote about how to become a sommelier. The people who are the wine experts at a restaurant.
Okay.
Book. I'm trying to remember what the name of it is.
The name of the book?
Yeah.
An aunt of mine gave me a book called How to Bluff Your Way in Wine or something. But actually, it was really helpful. It was a really short book. It basically said, knowing about wine's a lot of bullshit. Here's all you need to know.
Yeah, it is all shit. Oh, that's the name of it. Yeah, my dad said it's a really good book. It's called Cork Dork. And it's by Bianca Bosker.
Cork Dork.
Yeah, it talks. It's an interesting book on becoming a wine expert. So I need to read that one.
Are you planning on becoming a wine expert?
Rhino says he is a connoisseur of fine women.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, what are the tastings like, and do you have to spit it out?
Wait.
Yeah, you're supposed
trying to get me cancelled.
Yeah, the Rhino thought that was funny. Back when I drank, we would go to, believe it or not, there's a good winery in Manteca, California. And we would go there to their tasting room. And they had the buckets to spit in, but we never did.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, you're supposed to do that, aren't you? I don't know.
Yeah, we just made sure we had someone who could drive.
Wine, women, and amateur dramatics.
Alas, no more. Just say no to booze, kids. No, this is the hard part. The whole drawing will hinge on her secondary sexual characteristics.
Is that how you're going to judge the drawing?
By her boobs? Yeah, I am.
Well, I try to refrain from emphasizing.
Rhino reminds us that he uses fine art women.
I
gotta tell you, Chuck, you're on this morning with the inking.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Try not to drop the brush again.
Oh, I usually manage to drop the brush. But like my hand's sort of waking up a bit now.
Rhino is apologizing from changing the subject to fine art women. Rhino isn't aware that we just randomly talk about everything while you're drawing.
Yeah, well. What other news? Yes, okay, so I went to see the Rumkicks. Wait, yeah, I didn't really finish telling that story.
Yeah, you were in Oakland at a deli?
Yeah, so I went to the Stay Gold Deli in Oakland.
And they did a live music performance in a deli.
Yes. So I mean, I've been there before to see Charm World and Supersonic Symbiotic played a show there not long ago, and that was very fun. And this was also a very fun time There was a lot of very serious headbangers. I'm not sure when the Rumkicks came out. They were pretty pro, and certainly, they were certainly a very professional outfit. And but they weren't anywhere near as sort of hardcore as the sort of other punk acts that were there. But they did actually do a very good show, and the audience was really great, and everybody sort of got into it and had a good time. So it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. And then so then I went up to them afterwards, and I think you can see a video of this on my YouTube channel, and presented them with the art that I'd done.
Oh, did they like it?
Yeah, I think they did. A bit confused. I wasn't sure because I thought it was a bit confusing because I'd drawn them as space aliens.
Hey, a fan's a fan.
So I don't really know what they thought, but they were very gracious about it and quite nice, and posed with the picture and everything. So that was really good. But also, I don't think they didn't really seem to speak a lot of English. So
I want to point out you have not done any ink work in her armpit. Okay, now you are.
Yeah, I'm coming around here now. Yeah, there's actually I'm starting to think. Well, I want to do some mid-tones and stuff too. But you're going to be like, oh, I should do it with ink. But no, I'm going to do a wash on it too.
Okay, don't do any wash on this. Just stick with ink. Push it as far as you can with ink.
Oh, I will, but yeah, anyway. All right. Well, there's sort of shadowing under here that I'm going to have to deal with, which I'm not dealing with very well right now.
Rhino saying something about when punk rockers think you are the weirdo. Well, he is a weirdo. He's Now, how old were these girls who were performing?
Well, I think they were young women. I would say. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't like to guess a lady's age. I think they were pretty professional outfit, and they were touring pretty hard, and they knew what they were doing, I think, and they gave a good show. And they're definitely getting their street credibility playing places like that, I would say.
Playing a deli,
that place that place with that crowd, yeah. I mean, that's a fun crowd.
Now, is this like a real deli I could go and get knockwurst and various cheeses?
Yeah, this is weird. Okay.
Did the audience have to pull a paper number out of the ticket machines?
Sorry?
When you were at this deli to hear this band play, when you went in, did you have to pull a paper number out of the ticket machine?
No, but they serve very nice sandwiches, and it's more about that. Okay,
Rhino's reminding us we're artists. We get to guess about a woman's age.
Well, hey, I would say that they were around 30.
Chuck.
Yes.
You're starting to ink her butt, but the problem is both your camera and my camera's image is in the right-hand corner. So you either have to move those images or you have to move the paper. Can you move those over to the left-hand side where you have all this blank?
I don't think I can. Okay.
Don't drop the brush.
How are we doing on time here, by the way?
We got about a half hour.
I'm not really going to get this very finished. All right,
yeah, that's better.
That's the best
that's better. Don't finish it. Why does it have to be finished?
Why does it have to be finished?
Yeah. I'll tell you, this is really nice. In fact, I'm wondering, you see, you showed me earlier in the show these quick drawings that you did to prepare for the art battle, and they were just black and white.
Yeah.
Why can't your art battle stuff just be black and white?
Well, one of the artists there, she did a black and white painting of like a sort of surrealist image of like somebody with a TV for a head, and on the screen was an eye. She'd obviously planned that one out a bit, but okay. I thought, well, black and white. It's not as impactful. I mean, why not add just a little bit of color? I mean, that's very easy. You get a massive effect with just a little bit of color.
But if you add that color sparingly, so since you're taking a break from the art battle stuff, my suggestion is, because you are so strong in black and white, do some black and white ones and then decide what's the minimal amount of color I could use to make the black and white drawing pop.
Yeah. Well, I think I was doing that.
You were getting really colorful and painterly, and it takes a lot of time. And I think that for 20 minutes, since you're so strong with line in black and white, that you should exploit that more.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's, I definitely want to show off my drawing skills.
You agree now, but whenever I tell you to do it, you never freaking agree. Chuck's looking at the drawing. I'm sorry, Rhino's looking at the drawing and saying, what is it with these modern women? They can't go away without wearing horns and celebrating their horniness. It's not for me to comment on their fashion sense.
I don't know if she's modern or medieval.
If they want to wear horns and dance around, that's fine by me.
She's just taking retro to its logical conclusion.
Actually, I was in Santa Cruz a few weeks ago. There's a head shop. I guess it's a hippie head shop in Santa Cruz. And they sell horn headdresses like that.
Yeah. That's just what you need for your rave or whatever you're doing. Or casting black magic.
Well, I'm all for that. The more goth, the better. That's what I say. I'd rather have kids dressing up with horns and in leather and than going to see NASCAR.
or both.
What is it? Mixed martial arts battles or.
But there's some lovely sort of highlighting
or wrestling.
There's some lovely highlighting going on here, and I'd really like to do this in the watercolor wash. It'll look
no wash.
What?
People mistake your horn to be for a unicorn. So you still wear a helmet with a horn on it, Rhino?
Yeah, right. I'm talking about people who wear horns on their helmet. He just has the one big horn.
I don't have a horn. I have a gorilla suit.
Rhino, do you still wear your horn down there?
I don't know if I've been to. Yes, when on my bike rides.
On his bike, yeah.
Where is Santa Monica? Is that past LA towards San Diego?
Santa Monica Pier.
I don't know if I've been to Santa Monica.
It's if you're driving down, so if you go down the Highway 1, and you sort of come around the sort of coastal bit, and then you're getting into sort of more to Los Angeles proper, then that's kind of Santa Monica.
Okay. So that's after Santa Barbara?
Yeah, like after Santa Barbara, you go on all around the sort of bottom little corner there, past where places, the Malibu and all that.
All right, it's the coast of LA. I've been to Long Beach.
Yeah. Long Beach is further down. So you go on Long Beach, you've gone too far.
And I've been to Malibu.
So yeah, and if you Malibu, you haven't got to Santa Monica yet.
Okay.
So what you have you were at somebody's beach house in Malibu, were you?
No, I was driving through it. Sabrina and I stopped at some kick-ass restaurant, and I ordered. We were hungry, so I ordered calamari, and they brought out in this enormous martini glass. It was really good calamari.
All right. Well, I do want to add some wash.
If you do, I swear I'll drive up there and kick your ass.
Why are you so
Because
angry
you're
about it?
so strong in the black and white. Push the black and white. Oh my God! I want to do a wash. Don't do a wash. That thing you just did for Goodman Games shows how strong you are in black and white.
But I'm going to mess it up if I keep going in black and white.
Well, do some of the background. You didn't sketch any background, did you?
No, I didn't. Yeah, I was gonna do the background now. I was gonna see how it came out, and then I'll figure out what I need in the background.
No more. No, stick in black and white. Get the red pencil out and put in something.
Okay, now I've got some background reference here.
I'm not going to read what Rhino said because I completely disagree with it.
Okay.
He wants you to do a wash of color, which is wrong.
I was going to do some color. I was going to make
No. God damn it. Black is a color.
Yeah, okay, there are other colors.
Oh, don't encourage him. Jesus.
I told you I wanted to do it like Fionn the Ferret Furrier. She had a wash.
No washes. And also, don't do it until the ink dries.
All right, I'm imagining she's a bit like in Conan the Barbarian. I've got a sort of reference of a sort of house built under a rock here. She's sort of like living... She's out living in the wildlands.
Okay. Rhino, the last thing Chuck needs is to be liberated.
Do you remember
Chuck
that bit in Conan the Barbarian?
More discipline.
And he comes
Way
to
more discipline.
The witch's house, and she invites him in.
Ooh, yeah, do a witch house on chicken legs. The Baba
Well,
Yaga.
I wasn't going to do it on chicken. I was doing it as a sort of stone. It's a stone rocky house in the valley here.
Oh. I better have lunch before I go out shopping for groceries. Otherwise, I'm going to buy all kinds of crazy stuff. I offered to cook for my folks, and they said, "Oh, just just do some cold cuts and tray of meat and cheese. You don't have to cook." So I'm going to get as many crazy things as I can. Rhino is saying, I'm too disciplined, too rigid sometimes. I'm trying to be more loose and less worried about finished product. Good for you.
That's good. Yeah, I was like very disciplined and like trying to be very neat. It's finding the balance that's right for you, I guess. Some people like it comes more naturally to be like super neat. Other people, they like. I would love to be super neat, but it's not very natural to me, and I get a better effect, and I feel happier doing it a different way.
My problem is just doing it at all. I've got to discipline myself to do it every day. Retirement sucks the motivation out of you.
Well, okay. What? Okay, in the 4-hour work week, he says you should take mini retirements, and then you go and you set up a business selling pills.
Oh, is that one of those scam books about how you can use the internet to be rich? And
Tim Ferriss, he wrote the 4-hour work week, and he founded like elance.com or one of those, whatever it's called now, Upwork now, I think it's called.
Yeah, everyone's going to be rich in the future because they have an internet show. You won't need to make anything. It'll all be outsourced to other countries, and all we'll do is just have a YouTube show. Rhino says he's newly retired and can't stop painting. That's cool. What medium are you painting in, Rhino? Acrylics, watercolor, oils, gouache, God, I used to be able to rattle them off.
Egg tempera.
Egg tempera. What's the one that casein? This
I
casein.
can't imagine Rhino painting egg tempera. Egg tempera is very little delicate little painting.
Well, that's what you had to do before they came up with oils.
But maybe I should give it a go. I don't know. I guess you have to try different things. I don't know. I just stick to what I like though mostly.
He has so much material to get to with last 20 years in SF. So did you retire to Santa Monica? He's doing frescoes. Not really. He was joking.
Frescoes.
Murals. He's going to be painting it in caustic, like the Egyptians.
All right. This is House at Witch House. It's kind of like it's a weird reference I've got here, and I was kind of actually realizing it looks cool in a photo, but it's quite hard to paint because it's sort of like it's basically a house under a rock. So I guess she lives under a rock.
Okay.
They say we've been living
like
under a
you
rock.
do.
She literally lives under a rock.
Watercolor with colored pencil is what Rhino's exploring. Wait, wax colored pencil or watercolor colored pencil? That was a popular thing when I was in college, as people were looking at the movie posters of Drew Struzan, and they were painting with acrylic, and then they were going over the acrylic with colored pencil.
I'm just going to put in some happy little trees here.
You should put in happy little trees. You know, this is just an idea for the show. You could do the underdrawing and get all the reference before, like on Friday, before we do the show in the morning.
Well, I think once upon a time, yeah, that would be good. And again, I'd rather be painting here in this. All right.
He's
doing what I can.
He's using wax colored pencil, so Prismacolor probably. God, I haven't used a color pencil in years. Digital is such a drug. I have all these nice fountain pens, and they stare at me as I walk by them. They think they're disgusted with me.
They are.
Yeah. But do you think that means I'm going to clean them and use them today? No. Let them suffer. What are you going to do for lunch today?
I'm pretty considered yet.
Well, you better. It's we only got about 16 minutes left.
Well, I'm going out later to go to the Live Worms Gallery in North Beach.
What's the Live Works Gallery?
The Live Worms Gallery, yeah.
Your gallery, Live Worms, not Live Works. Okay. You going to hang out there as an artist, or do you got to actually hang stuff?
No, yeah. I'm just going to hang as an artist. It's all hung.
I'm sorry, I can't come up. I'm committed to dinner.
Well, it'll be open for 2 weeks. First Friday of June, and then it will be closing around June 9th. So
I'll come up sometime. Rhino's saying North Beach, cool. And he's also laughing because disgusted and resentful art tools sounds like my ex. I have a love-hate relationship with art tools, Rhino. I sold a lot of them. And they hate me. Because I abandoned them and then I sold computers, which is selling digital art tools. I'm very glad I no longer sell Apple computers. I'd be telling kids not to buy iPads.
You're glad about that?
They're a piece of junk.
I feel like you're going to get me cancelled. Don't people like iPads?
Trust me, Chuck, you don't need me to get you canceled.
Everywhere I turn, people are getting me cancelled.
Rhino wanted to also let you know he enjoyed meeting you in North Beach a couple of years ago. It's nice that there's people out there who enjoy meeting you, Chuck. Kind of makes up for me.
Oh, did you meet Rhino Picasso?
No, I think he's talking about meeting you.
Oh, meeting me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he came out to my book launch at the Fallout SF Gallery, San Francisco's premier punk rock. It's so punk rock it doesn't exist anymore. It's like Cheekbone magazine in the Mighty Boosh.
He says
deliver it every hour. So you got to catch it or you miss it, I'm afraid.
No, he says he met you at that comic museum. I think he's talking about the...
Oh, Dale, yeah, at the Cartoon Art Museum. Yeah, I think he did meet you at the Cartoon Art Museum.
Met me?
Yeah, were you there that day?
I don't know.
When I was doing the Itsy Bitsy Spider thing at the Cartoon Art Museum.
Dude, my memory's so bad anymore. Unless there's money or food involved. Or a cat. I remember, if there's a cat somewhere, I remember the cat stuff.
Yeah. I know all about you and cats.
Yeah. Everyone has to have an extremely expensive hobby. Yes, the new Cartoon Art Museum, even though a little smaller, is has an amazing view outside because it's at the butt end of Fisherman's Wharf near the Ghirardelli Square. So you get to look out on the bay and some of the ships.
Yeah, it's a beautiful location. And, you know, if you're out there and a tourist, you know, I'm always thinking they need to have like some big cardboard cutout outside so people notice it. Because I'm always like, where is it? Well, there it is, you know, and I know it's there and I'm looking for it.
Well, in the Bat Cave next door, I don't know. Oh, that's right. They have the exhibit of the Batman props.
Oh, yes.
That is fun. I kind of miss the regular collection that the museum had because mostly the museum now is just, it's all shows, rotating shows. And I kind of miss being able to see old favorites, like something by Phil Frank or
yeah,
the Crazy Cat that they had.
Agreed. I think there should be a little like rotating permanent collection as well of diversity.
Yeah.
But all right, I guess, yeah. I mean, there's sort of some things that people, you know, I think you've got to put out the crowd pleasers because it's like, oh yeah, all right, there's the same people coming back, but you know, you also got to think about all those tourists.
Yes, I'm not the target demographic. I'm just some crazy person who shows up there. Wow, Chuck, this is really good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is sort of very relaxing just to do one for fun with no agenda. Like all that training is good, you know. That's like, you know, building up your good health so that you can spend it.
And Rhino, yes, I went to the old museum. Rhino, when you said you went to the old museum, are you talking about the one that's like it was on Mission? Because I
And there was
missed.
one before that, even wasn't there? I don't
Oh,
really know where that was. That was like out in the avenues or something. I think Jeff was saying something about that. I wasn't really aware of that. I was vaguely aware that it had been around somewhere else, I guess.
I didn't know there was one before that. I like the one on Mission because the parking was easy, because I could just walk down from the 5th and Mission garage. And I could also get some food at Mel's afterwards. I used to go up there for the stand-up comedy college. I'd park at 5th and Mission and walk to the college.
The stand-up comedy college.
There was a place in San Francisco. They've changed locations, but they were teaching stand-up. I was terrible. But it was fun to take the classes. I think it helps with job interviews.
I don't know. I think that's dodgy. See, if you teach these classes, I mean, okay, I understand you're a struggling stand-up comedian. You need to make some money. So you think, oh, I'll teach it. But you're just fueling the competition.
Oh, yeah. I don't disagree with you. But, some people want to try it. It's like these rock and roll fantasy camps. In fact, they actually now have stand-up fantasy camps. I think Jay Leno was involved with one of those. They're being held by the same group that do the rock and roll fantasy camps.
And what do they go out in the woods where there's women dressed like this? That's the kind of fantasy camp I like. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Okay, sorry.
No, they have that. That's what Ren fairs are. But I haven't been to a Ren fair since the pandemic. Thing is, a Ren fair, it's in essence an outdoor shopping mall, and the salespeople are all in costume. Rhino enjoyed the Mission Street location because it was easy access for him. And Rhino lives in his own artist fantasy camp for life.
That's the whole point of being an artist, is that you can live in a world of pure imagination.
I live in a fantasy dumpster right now. I spent a good deal yesterday figuring out how to do a spreadsheet on my phone because I got to pack up my books.
God, I wanted to do a wash on this.
Yeah, well,
I'd be done with this now if I could have just done all this with a wash. I mean, because you're making me do it in ink.
Yeah, and it would look totally different. This is far better. You got to push yourself. You got to, you're pushing yourself with the art battle, doing stuff you haven't done before. And I
don't know, why can't I just have some fun and do a nice drawing, though?
Okay. You're not here this morning to have fun and have a nice drawing. By the way, Rhino says it looks great. I'm here to push you. If I have to get my ass out of bed at 10 a.m. to be on this show, you're going to feel the pain too. Art is boot camp per Rhino.
Ooh, look, I just found another scene where they've got a bridge. That's even better. Oh my god.
Okay, do the underdrawing before you do the inking. Don't make it up with a brush.
Well, that's what I've been largely doing. But all right, okay, maybe you're right. Okay.
I am right. I'm always right. Tina told you that I'm always right. Hey, you're lucky. Could be Tina down here.
Yeah, she said you were right about everything. And I'm like, even wearing the clown wig.
Rhino's here. He's going to assist me with being your drill sergeant.
Being my word.
Rhino sees that this is the equivalent of me being a drill sergeant. And
Oh yeah, drill sergeant. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Rhino, I don't know if you're familiar, but Chuck was training for a performance. It happens around the world. It's called Art Battle. So at different locations, artists will sign up and they will get on a platform with other artists and paint on the same size canvas. So they would each have their own canvas, their own easel, and they have 20 minutes to come up with a painting. And the painting will be judged on its art, but this is also kind of a performance for the people at the club watching the artist paint.
And they're hungry for entertainment.
They're hungry. So we were talking about...
They're not hungry because there's a guy who makes really good burritos and tacos there.
Yeah. So we were talking about Bob Ross and the cult of Bob Ross, and that Chuck needs to channel Bob Ross when he's performing. So I thought a wig, a big fro, but since it's San Francisco, I thought maybe a rainbow wig might give a better message.
Well, I like Rhino's idea of a horn with, like, Rhino's got he's already got a good gimmick, just a helmet with a horn. I prefer like an idea like that. That's it. I mean, I'm not going to steal Rhino's idea, obviously, because there's only one Rhino Picasso. But
okay,
that's a good gimmick.
You want a horn headpiece like the girl in this drawing is wearing?
Well, I get that'd be a good idea. I don't know. I don't think it would help my confidence.
Well,
I feel like
the thing is, you need to perform while you're up there. I mean, you're going to have to shake your ass. You're going to have to...
Oh, yeah. Well, it's very different now that if I get a date, which hopefully they will.
You're going to have to work the crowd.
Yeah.
Rhino says, I knew an artist that was hungry for attention. He went by Picasso and he painted with his pecker. Wow, I hope it wasn't oils because it was a sting when you wash.
That's one way to do it. You see, yeah, exactly. Rhino's right. If you want to get attention, if you go about it like that, that's what you end.
Oh my God, Chuck, you could do that. You could do that. Of course,
I could, but you know what? I choose not to.
You'd either have to stand on a stool or lower the easel. He said this person was an exotic erotic ball regular. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, okay. The exotic erotic ball.
I haven't heard of that in years. They used to advertise that.
That was very popular when I was first in town. Yeah, that was good.
Do they still have the exotic erotic ball in San Francisco?
I don't think they do. I haven't heard.
Well, I saw ads for that in the 80s. Yeah. I'm wondering if people are like bringing their grandchildren now to it. He says, "I remember when I went to this ball."
Well, I don't know.
I mean over 18 grandchildren. Yeah, I don't know if that's something you bring your adult kids to.
Well, it probably went underground now. I don't know.
Well, if it's the same people going when I saw it advertised, they probably have a senior's discount.
Yeah, it's mostly seniors.
No, Rhino says no. They messed it all up when they tried to move it to Treasure Island. Why would they move it to Treasure Island?
Oh yeah, because to be more like that movie with Dan Aykroyd and Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, okay.
What is it? Eden Island or something?
Something east of Eden or something.
So I don't think it's east of Eden, but exit to Eden. Exit to Eden.
Exit to Eden. I had a friend who went to those. I didn't know it till many years later.
Yeah, you might have many friends that go to them and they don't tell you.
You dress as a gladiator.
They dressed as a gladiator.
Yes. But no, I'm too much a... Oh, Rhino now says it's now just Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, you see, people aren't into that kind of eroticism anymore. They're just into the internet. If you're going to be erotic, you might as well put it on the web and make some money from it. Now, what's the nib in that pen, Chuck?
Well, this is just a speedball. What is it? A BA? I can't even read it. It's got too much ink on it. A 5.
Okay. You don't
This is a bit of a workhorse one for me. It's it'll give you a nice smooth line, or you can use it in different ways. So actually, you get a bit of variability to it, even though it's a speedball nib, so it's a sort of a flat nib. It's not like pressure. It's not like the same way that it splits with pressure, but if you hold it lightly, it does a nice line.
Okay, so it has a ball nib on the end.
Yeah.
All right. Do you clean it, or do you just get crunchy with ink?
Well, no, I'll give it a clean once in a while.
Once in a while. Rhino lets us know that his signature horn was officially launched at the Exotic Erotic Ball at the Cow Palace.
Okay. The Cow Palace. Yes, I remember they did one there.
And true, everybody is just OnlyFans now. Yeah, I don't.
Are you feeling horny, baby?
I don't know. I hear the stories about school teachers making more on their OnlyFans account than teaching school, and then they get discovered and get fired from being a teacher.
Yeah, because, they just need to come in a different school district, I guess. San Francisco, that'd probably be encouraged. There's probably a plan for you.
Excuse me. All right, it's past noon. I mean...
Okay, well, so does that mean I can start putting a wash on?
If you I swear, if you put a wash on that... hey, Sam, are you there?
I'm here, yes.
Could you do me a favor and ask your mom to tell your dad not to put a wash on this because he'll listen to her?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, don't put a wash. Just push this as ink. Do not put a wash on it. Really. You don't want to overwork it. And a wash could overwork this. The only thing I might suggest is you may want to go in with some whiteout on a brush.
Yeah. Really? You won't let me put a nice wash on it? And
I'm not going to let you... No. This is... You've been...
What if I scan it like this? And then...
No, don't wash it. Chuck, you can do whatever you want with it. It's not my piece. But I'll tell you, I think
you look fine, but I think it's going to look even better when I finish it.
It will not. It will not. Do not put a wash on it.
Is that everybody's opinion or just yours?
It's the opinion of the person who got the hell up at 10 a.m. to be on this stupid show.
Yeah.
You owe me.
I do.
Yeah.
So that's how I
Ignored
pay you
all
back.
my advice about the art battle.
But the whole point of me doing it on watercolor paper was so that I could add a nice wash.
Okay, now you know you don't need to put the wash on it.
I mean, I want to develop it more as a picture.
Chuck, do whatever you want with it. I can't stop you. I'm just suggesting.
I just think I can spend some time on it today, and I can do that, and I can make it like a more finished piece.
Yeah, make it a more finished piece, but stick with ink. Stick with hatching. I'll tell you, have Tina look at it and ask her opinion, because it looks really strong right now. Rhino's suggesting that you sprinkle some blood on it, and
Yeah.
Yeah, poke the bear, Rhino. No, don't put an orange and red sunrise on it.
Yeah. Oh look, I could. There's so much lovely stuff I could do. Yeah. Yeah. I want to do like a sky and the mat. Oh yeah, it's all coming to life now. Come on, Dale. Please let me finish it.
No. Yes, clouds would be awesome behind her, but you want it in line. You do not want to wash. Go show it to Tina and get her opinion on it.
Well, I mean, I think she's watching the show.
No, she's not. She would have yelled at us by now.
I like the orange of red blood sprinkles and a dramatic orange sunrise. I think that sounds pretty good.
It doesn't need color. It needs to be black and white. It needs to be line. If you need tonal variation, which I don't think you do, in fact, I suggest you don't look for it, use hatching. Oh, thanks, Rhino. This is what I have to deal with every freaking week. Chuck, step away from it.
Yes, the odd couple for sure. All right, well, we'll be back with another episode of Grumpy Old Men.
Why do I even do it? Hey, one of these weeks I'll draw, and then you can be the one who has to give advice that's ignored.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Should we do that?
I'm not going to freaking pull out pen and ink. All right.
All right. Well, I'm reasonably happy with this, but you know what? It's going to be so much better when I add in some colors. What color scheme would you like to see?
Oh, kick your ass.
There's a lot of sort of green and blue in the reference.
No color. No color. No color.
So that might go, but I like the idea of the orange and red sunset.
No color.
Well, look, I can do a lovely watercolor wash behind it. She's going to really pop.
No, she won't. Stick with the black and white. Cynthia Louise has joined us, and she says line. So
okay. Well, he's very strict too.
Okay. It was nice meeting you too, Rhino, and thanks for helping make my life miserable here.
Yeah. Well, thanks everyone. Thanks Cynthia for tuning in. All right. Okay. So it sounds like I should leave it in black and white. All right.
Yes. It's strong. Get Tina's opinion, but there are some spots that you want to look at and put a little white out on.
Yeah, I mean, there's some things, it's yeah, all right, yeah, more tonal variation. I could go in to do some cross hatching. I mean, okay, I mean, if I were to stick with black and white, I could still keep working on it, and
we'll
see where we end up. But I just think I'd get a lot more better effect with some washes.
No, you don't want washes on this. You don't. Trust me.
Why not?
Go talk. Go have lunch and show it to Tina.
Very well, very well. All right, thanks. All right, I guess that's time for the theme music and the end of the show. So let's do that. All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. We're back again. Come and see me at Live Worms Gallery at North Beach tonight at 5 p.m., 5 to 8 p.m.
And don't forget Amber's show Philo tonight, 6 Pacific. It's on Twitch as Art Glitch.
Actually, there's a possibility I might not be here next week. I might be away next week.
Oh, thank God.
But I might do it from where I'm away. If I can, I will.
Where are you going?
Just to Russian River.
Oh, for beer?
Hmm?
You're going to Russian River for beer?
It's time to end the show now. So
All right.
we can end the show. All right. Bye, everybody.
Chuck Whelan showy. He asked me to write one, but I stole from David Bowie. Here's a theme song. Chuck Whelan is the best. We have lots of hosts, but we're running out of gas. Will you be our guest on? Will you be our guest on? Be on the Chuck Whelan show. Whoa, 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 whoa.